At the beginning of our movie, we see Braden in the center of the country. Cloudy. His name is Bear Bacon inside delivering a bag with sugar. But this sugar is not what gets into tea. This is coated, adulterated, and coated heroin. The officers were waiting for him and knew that he was inside. To deliver the deal, but every one of them was waiting the right opportunity to hold him in this bar. A show dancer named Zhang. But in fact, she is addicted to sugar. I mean, if I knew that he was around her, I would be fascinated. Zhang finished her dance and started changing her demolition. At this time, Bear was handing the bag to the barman and was busy on the phone. And I don't think that someone who hears him says, "The bag is with me and it's all perfect." Riasa. The dancer's eye is fond and her heart remains the moment like a demon descended on her. I wore light jalabia and parted heel boots from her bag, and she looked at it from behind. Hit it on his brain. I made a mistake and he was honking. The man separated on her watch and fell like an ant. She snatched the bag and came out at full speed. My friend. The police stayed asleep in the honey and you don't see anything. The ambush happened before it started. Beer came out of clothes. The world is upside down. The bartender is furnished on the ground. And the bag flew. He knew it was a betrayal. As he leaves, the police who are watching him only attack him. But this is not easy. The first officer who came to his side caught him and his mother in Alcazaz and shattered his brain. He entered them like a bogeyman. And everyone who gets close to him will find himself in a queue. One of the officers said, "This is not the son of disaster." You walk on the ground and suddenly the door opens. The troop officer arrives. Especially his name is Kamichi. He went to Bear who grabbed him by the kinship of this world. And we will join another place. A simple and calm young man. He has a shop like this in a poor area. At this time, he was buying roses for his wife. And when he was inside the shop, I find his neighbor's little girl named Sumi. Tisk is known that his relationship with the neighbors is not sweet at all. And little girl Date is his only friend. Although it's boring, but Sumi loves it. What do you know? And every time you like to protest so that you come to talk to him. Like this time, the mother will mortgage her secret with him, and she admits that she was stealing Taisaka's things before but now you are sharing and you are not stealing. And during this and by chance, I saw eating Taisaka on the trapeza. So she speaks innocently and says that she loves sausage. Taisaka moment. His heart yells at home. And he intends to eat with him. Eat honey. Enough 100. And frankly, although it appears to him that he is dry and his hair is not worn out and a stump, and he feels you sit on the trip and you will be very happy not to eat, my friend, but she loves. I am happy that she is talking to him, and we understand that her father is dead and she lives with her mother alone, the girl from the screw cutter. Suddenly they hear the sound. Her mother is crying and calling. The girl is afraid and hide under Terabisa as if she saw a goblin. Whoever sees her reaction knows at all that her mother is not nostalgic and don't care about it. Okay. He keeps coming out of a stump and hearing the words of the child. Her mother asks about her, so he says it. I didn't see it today at all. But Sammy was shrewd and you can't believe it. And you say expand this and show me. But Tarek has a working brain and can contain the situation. And the bit is smart and responds to it. And in a second the door opens for the mother and comes search, so finally the mother believed him. Her daughter is not there. Before she walks, she looks like she is a fan. And you can go out with him if he wants. But our friend was loyal to his dead woman. And a mountain was not one shaking it. But the luxurious surprise remains that mother, Janka, my friend, the dancer who stole the bag of drugs in the night you work on, and the goal of her visit to Tay is that she pawns her camera. She doesn't need the money, but she was hiding the drugs she stole in the camera bag. After you walk, come back to Sumi and find her and take her freedom in the apartment. She pulled the roses he was bringing and put them in the vase. And put it in her corner. She thought it would simplify, but Talo gets very nervous and pulls the rose out of her hands nervously. Another place is the leader of the Chinese gang sitting squawking and beating one of his men. His name is Mia. Because he lost a large amount of drugs. He meant the drugs he stole. Mamatsumi, me and his cheeks will be thrown from slander and reassures the leader. Say, I know who stole the goods and I promise you that I will return them. The leader is a last chance. Leave a deadline, 3 days when the stolen powder returns. Otherwise, they will kill him and throw them with the rest of the bodies. At the same time, this is in Sumi's house. Her mother's friend had them at home very fanatical after he knew that she was the one who stole. The drug bag is asked to return it. Suitcase for the gang quickly. And enough of what I drank and eat is that he is afraid of her. People don't have mercy. But you say I'm not returning drugs. And you say that if she and her daughter disappear, they will not know how to deliver her. And this is the one who makes her friend crazy and turns in her. He understands that she and her daughter are in danger, but to no avail. Little girl Al-Galbana remained standing and watching while she was dead from fear. And her mother's friend while he is outside her and say, my daughter, your mother looks like this. So you come. Somi runs on their neighbor's house to be with him, although Tain is anxious but he cannot refuse. And he prepares her for the mattress and makes her sleep. Because if he refused, he would not know how to sleep all night. But when he wakes up in the morning and goes to reassure her what do you find? In today's text, it closes. A shop and a ride like this on the bus. He will be carrying roses and on his way and he hears music on the Sumi bought. And we know that he was going to visit his wife's grave. He will come back and decide to attack Sumi. But Bishu will set her up and hit her with the bag on her brain. And the police will stop her and know that the date girl was trying to steal her bag. When the officers ask her, she tells them that she was just comparing her bag to the 6th bag. And she is the one who thought she would steal it. The policemen are not willing to leave her without her mother. The moment Sumi sees Tai and consults on him and says, this is Tai is not waiting for me and takes his dial in his teeth and says, a little while in the supermarket, Tai Bischoff Sumi steals. He bought something, so he tries to pay for it. refused to take the money, and he said that he knows that the old girl Date is used to stealing. The owner of the shop was understanding that to turn people looked at her and advised it matters to her that he goes out with her and walks from time to time again. He goes out behind Sumi and finds her crying on the side. You ask him to make her mother be 3, and she says that she is ready to turn it on her lucky card. And before you walk, Sumi says that she is angry and strong because you smell it. Sabho with the cops, but she doesn't hate it. And make it clear that it is the closest limit to her. The problem is, if you hate him, you will hate all people. And she will prefer alone for the rest of her life. Veto the girl from neglecting her mother and helping people. Make her hate everyone you meet on this day. When Sumi is coming home, you find her mother tied up. The gang tortures her. And at the same time, they think that they want to steal him and take out his wallet. They don't think about it, Farfar, and they laugh, but suddenly, fast-moving, kidnapped the knife from the hands of one of them. We don't see what happens. It is clear that he liked them, to the extent that men in Arabic hear screaming voices and cracking. So I will send it another one on mobile. There will be one named Sue. He asks him to return them to the camera of his mother. He refuses to say that the owner of the need is only the one who can recover it. Kidnap the 6 and her daughter, and they hear their voice while they vote. That's why Tai is carrying out the order along, and in their hands we want. But then the girl and her mother are not spoiled. And Sok believes his man will kill his companions who hit them. And he puts the mobile with him and walks. The second day, Bijale call on Dafun, the one who will leave him bad, and ask if the girl and her mother want to live. It must be what is required is strictly without any intonation. A bag of heroin for a Chinese drug dealer. And the one who knows then that he is the head of the gang. And the big head, Tariq doesn't get news and executes the words with the letter. He takes the bag of heroin and moves in Arabic that he prepared. And he meets the leader who will be around him a lot of guards. After he hands him heroin and concludes his mission, the leader asks for the girl and her mother and asks him to free them. But suddenly the man was surprised and did himself. Suddenly the leader received a phone from Suk, and it turns out that Suk betrayed him up and report him to the police on their way. Why is this? To take revenge on him. And enough is not enough for you to take most of our work. You also call me on my shoulders. This is me. You will see the black of your days. The police cars are landing and continue. The place where you are. And the boss hits him with a bag of heroin and they throw his men. They get rid of him, and he will think that he is one of the bad men. But I don't know that Tay is the Lion of Gedenver. No one can do it. He concludes the guard, and he goes behind the leader and jumps from. The net is located in a net. And when he sees the leader trying to escape, he cuts the net in Arabic from the awareness of the gang. But after chasing Sakna, the leader was able to run away from himself. It comes down from Arabic after it gets ruined. And the shock is when the Arab bag is open, and the first time he gets close, the dancer is full of stitches and sewing. So they understand that they are after they killed her. For her moment. His heart hurts, and he feels that. Poor Sam Sakina. Surely she killed her, and he would be frustrated, and he didn't know how to run away. And for them, they saw him standing in front of the body. So remember that he was the one who killed her. The world was upside down, and they investigated with him. But it's not. It hurts, does not repel or respond. And when they went to his betting shop, there were bodies. Suk's men who killed them. The strange thing is that when they search for time, they do not find any information in their records. And in another place, we will see the owner of a talking on a public phone. And after he comes out, I find 6 old women who ask him for a favor. Life, my son. The Arabic numbers that are there are these. It is better to be Arab, and my son. As soon as it gets closer, Arabic brings men down from it and kidnap him. And then they put poisons in her hands for the old woman. The one who is kidnapping the children and forcing them. They work in transporting drugs. After they work on the man, this is a torture party. He doesn't have any information that helps them. He tells them that he advised her to return the drugs, but she did not hear his words. I don't know any information about Tai. The result is that they kill him and go to become. We go back to Tai, who somehow can elude. With genius and lightness, he escapes the name of the police. Sunset tide. Let the police make sure that he is not a normal person. For what he is. After a long search, it appears that he was a secret officer in military intelligence. He sabotaged the work after what he was killed by a hitman. At this time, one of the market guys named Mark gets to the ringleader, whoever prefers to circumvent him and beg his life, but he takes out the weapon and kills him quietly. We are going back to Tai now. He turns on the mobile that I run in a market. He throws him in the neighborhood he threw him in, and he can search. It will be delivered to the store from which they bought this mobile. The seller with all literature who bought this mobile, but the Pledge of Allegiance instead of responding. His men are attacking of his age, and of course you sure know what will happen. After I finished all of them, the seller finally surrenders and replaces the card of the person who bought the mobile from him. Say, this man is working in the organ trade. Mankind, which is the organ trade, is high for them. But Tai is not going to leave and let him deliver it there himself. Go to the address, and they will arrive. For the mobile owner who is in the bathroom, he sticks the knife in his shoulder and threatens him, and promises to die if he does not. But I don't know. All those who know that Sumi is blindfolded, so they are forced to arrive. But Mark appears and clashes and kills. A little hostage too, and he will leave Tay and run away, but Tay will run and see him. Unfortunately, because he was injured, so he goes to his old partner and makes her take the bullet out. And then he goes to cut his hair, prepare for the mill. During this time, he received a call from the officer who held the case. He knows him that I withdrew the money from the visa today. This means that she is living. And ask him to cooperate with them. Okay, keep locking with him and go to places of hesitation. I don't see much. And he sees a child with the same box that the gang gave him drugs. And the child rides Arabic and moves, so he prefers watching them from afar to afar until they reach a building. He goes down and enters carefully to discover that this place is enslaved in the kids who work them on heroin. They also inject them and make them secure. And Suk's brother is one of their brothers forbidden. And he sat while he was crying and free the children. But what is my fast? So Suk's brother suffices and calls Suk and says, your brother's in front of Sumi's life. And Suk asks him to come and take Sumi. But after he locks with him, they kill her and take her eyes out. But good. So you don't see Suk's brother.
And he says you kidnap children and enslave them.
And after their brothers die, they steal their organs. Tell me how to let you live. And adjust it so that after they leave, within minutes the place explodes with Bako Suk a little while, and his gang is besieged him, waiting for him. And I will find there Sok and his men. And with them Sok asks him about his brother, so he says, so Sok is fanatical. Eye of the girl, my friend, and say, it is clear that you do not know how to work with who. He says, I'll say it for the last time. Where is my brother? Okay. He says that you are the mistake of your life. By the way, your brother remains. His time is charred. And you will also follow him and engage you. He will be collapsed on Sumi. And I don't see anger. He kills every man, the gang, including Bitter. And he will be the son of those who have a few movements. Mighty, my friend. And eventually Suk kills himself. On the other hand, Tayer decides that he dies because himself. He lost the meaning of life and is sad. But suddenly, my friend, Hasibek is upset. You know that this is not with Marwan. And the girl appears from the darkness and we discover that she is still living after she was hard and didn't kill her. And the IDET was the property of someone else. And here the police arrive and arrest them and allow me to fast. They ride together, and in their way they will excuse me. Tay from the police, and he goes to a small shop and buys school bag and tools. Somi, who is sleeping, and tells Somi that she will complete alone because the police must take it. And he asks her for a hug before she walks. And the girl hugs her, my friend, and he prefers to cry and love her seriously. The meeting will be adjourned. Don't forget to say what more scene I affected you because I read all the comments and replied to them one by one. And if you like the story, don't forget a lot of information because this differentiates with us in the spread of the video. Do you like the suspense and mystery that we have? Do you like romance? Also available. I'm coming. A lot. Don't forget that you are afraid on the channel and see everything that has passed.